What is going on, Warriors? It is your boy Shin Ryu, and it is time for another Street Fighter Duel content. Today, we're going to be doing another one of our by popular demand episodes, and we're going to be addressing yet another question that is being asked by one of our viewers, and pretty much we have two, so we're going to be going back to back in these two. Okay, hopefully my son permits me to release both of them, but we're going to go ahead right into it right away. Okay, so the first one is going to be pretty much uh a strategy on how I was able to get my Evo Ryu to have all the cars as quickly as possible. I'm going to be going into a deeper you know um explanation with regards to this because um I had two strategies when it came to this character, and I'll explain why it is like that and why it's going to be changing, and of course the fact that how the first strategy has sort of worked out and how the second one hopefully will work out as well, which is going to be like a template for you guys when it comes to dealing with triple S characters and trying to get that cars. Okay, now the first things first is the current strategy right now that I'm trying to have is to make sure that I have important characters that are going to help me with regards to the leaderboard, so I can start to try and challenge and also you know showcase more on how to actually defeat a certain boss and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I would show you how you can actually do a general research on how to tackle these sort of events in the next video, which is also the other question that was asked. But the initial plan was that I had a dream team that I wanted to boost up to the max. Some of them I was anticipating their arrivals. Some of them they were already announced and I sort of worked towards it. But I kind of had like a dream team that I want to work on. You guys already know my dream team members is pretty much a Satsuki crew, okay? This comprises of Evil Ryu, it comprises of Mad Ryu as well, for starters, all right? Of course, it's fallen off eventually. It comprises of Goken, comprises of um, Oni, all right? Those are did I miss somebody? Goken, Oni, Evil Ryu, and Mad Ryu, right? And then of course Akuma, that's the last person. All right, but then I had to trim it down. Ivry obviously being in Madri obviously being the support slot, and then of course the last person was sort of like Bison. Okay, yeah, Bison to make it six. Right, that has been a bit has been reviewed somewhat, but that is not the only thing. The other thing I also want you guys to know is that like I mentioned before, the strategy has changed. But let's focus on the initial strategy and why I've actually gotten Ivry on here. Okay, this pretty much has to do with two core things. All right, the first one is kind of easy. That's what everyone is doing. All right, let's go to promote. Let's go to the garage. First one is the workshop. Right, just go right ahead, go to your wish list, put in the characters you want to put in there, and then start working on it. Right. Of course, that is only dependent on how much you have. We have 19K, so we're going to do another poll in this video as well. Um, Typically, I would make sure I have minimum 18K because I believe it's 6 PR for the vehicles. In 6 pools, you're going to get one triple S vehicle for sure. But the second one, which is the more important one, is going to be these check marks that you're going to keep on facing. As you continue to clear through this, you're going to eventually get triple S kits in between them. Okay, all right. And when you get triple S kits, you could then what you want to do is the triple S kits are not used on regular characters. You use them on special base characters. All right. What I mean special base character, I mean characters that you're still struggling to build up, but you haven't built them up yet. So you save them up, and then when they are ready, you can now use them. Right. Typical example right now of a character we're waiting to use on that are not ready are going to be the likes of Oni and Gokin because they are more recent characters. I'm not kind of Akuma because Akuma has been available for a bit, and I know it's going to take me time to build him. So I've obviously added them on the wish list. All right. Now, as a result of that, the first reward, like I said before, is your bag. Right. When you start to collect these triplets characters, obviously I had six, and I have videos in the past. If you go through my past videos when I was building my Evo U, I just kind of used everything at once, and I got it 6 cars. You can see that I have three right now, and these three right now I'm not using them on anybody. So what you want, like I said, for when it comes to this sort of thing, whoever you're prioritizing, as long as they don't as long as they aren't available in triple S yet, don't use it to the next best person. just stack it up. Stack it up. I've mentioned this before. For things that you need to stack up, your triple S vehicle kits are very important in terms of stacking them up. Because once you have those characters available, you're not trying to start pulling for cars. You just assign them right away. That's the way it works. And if you have already a car, if you already have, for example, say for example, I have Oni here, right? I went out to let one do that. Say you have Oni totally here, right? On your wish list, and you already gotten like Oni cars. Let's use Akuma for example, because I have you already have Oni cars. Then you just use whatever is left to just balance it up. So with Ivory, I believe I had like was it one or two cars from him, and I just kind of used format to just patch it up, and then that was pretty much it. All right. So now what that means that once I have Oni at triple S, it's probably going to be a while, right? It's going to be a while, or Akuma anything. I'm going to be piled up, right? And of course, the other part is going to be the strategy you want to use for everybody else. Okay. Um, when it comes to the cars, once again, let's go to the workshop and a wish list. I have two categories here. All right. The first categories are future based characters that I want to push. All right. In the past, Bison was here. Fasha Blanca was here as well. The ones that get his six cars, I take him out. Right. Then the other lineup are the current guys right now that you need to give cars. I'm gonna have to balance Chun-Li for now. I know Chun-Li is pretty close because she's becoming pretty important, and that's what I'm going to be talking about with my new strategy. All right. So my new strategy is that the characters that I don't have yet are up here onto once they're available. By then, I hope I would have collected one of the vehicle kits. Right. For the ones that already, and then of course, once you do that, you obviously go to your vehicle warehouse and just filter triple S only. And you can see right now. Let's look at Bison for example. The reason why Bison's not there anymore is because I have one, two, three, four, five, six cars of Bison. Right? That's why he's already been taken off. So once I triple my Bison, his six cars are waiting for him. All right. Let's look at another person. Whoa, we have a dowsing car. Okay, we have to address that in a bit. Akumatu, one, two, three, four, five. Oh, come on, we have only five. Hold on. Is this still on the wish list? Let's go back to the workshop and the wish list. Oh yeah, that's why it's on the wish list. The moment he gets six, I'm taking him out. So that's what you want to do right now. You want to make sure that you're anticipating. You once these major characters come out, you are giving them slots. I know everybody wants to pile up who they already have that is on triple S. That's the typical strategy, but don't do it like that. Split it in two. You can even give it just to two characters priority. But what I do is the Master Inferno characters, they always get that top slot, and then every other person that's important right now gets this, okay? And so now let's go over to our Dowsam, because he already has one, right? And remember when I was, well, he already has one. And if remember, like I said before, once he's, see, there you go. Now we can apply a new one to him, and the good thing about the triple S cards that they don't duplicate. These double S cards, if the full ones would duplicate for sure, but it's triple S ones they don't duplicate. Once you have one, you don't have it. And now we have Dowsam on his flame benefits, which is pretty much something I was trying to explain before when it comes to stacking up these characters, right? So now there's only three more to go, but you can see here, look at it this way. Let's say Dowsam was like a special card like it was only for example. I just go right ahead and just apply this remaining three cards to him and it's complete. So that's how I got my Evil Ryu to have his cards because I already started stacking up the Triple S chest for only him the moment he became available, and I had gotten two from putting him on the top and the top in terms of the master, uh, you know whatever. So now what we're going to do here, my son is all over me right now, so you might be hearing his voice occasionally. So what we're going to do over here is going to go right ahead and try and do another pull again. This is one of the reasons why I don't do a mass pull for only because I don't like to throw everything at once. If I don't feel like the lock is running, I tend to like just back off because obviously with those pools they don't have any rules. However, with the workshop, I believe it's six pools, so we're gonna go right ahead and start the pools. All right, and in six, if we get one before the six, then we kind of stop. All right, six is 18, we have 19k. So let's go and let's see what our luck is gonna be like pulling for the cars. This first car pull, we know we're not getting any triple S vehicles. That's fine. I like to always stop this. I don't rush it. Now we're gonna craft again. Second attempt, the last attempt pool that I had, I got I got a car right away. So I'm worried that this might actually get to the sixth one before I actually pull it. But we're gonna keep trying. Okay. 6 PR hasn't let me down for the vehicles. I hope it doesn't do that today. All right, and let's go again. Fourth pull. No triple S vehicle yet. We have two more to go. All right. Okay, so he's probably gonna have to be the last one. If not the last one, then it means 6PR has been debunked. And I hope it doesn't, because like I said, for the last time I pulled right away. There you go. Every 6 pulls, you're definitely going to get a vehicle. The last pull I had, it came out right away from the start. So that's why I'm not surprised that he had to wait to the very end. I predicted this before. And so there you go. All right. And who are we going to get cars for? We got for Gal. All right. Gal is already on his fourth car. What that you can see here, we got only what do you call it, like a double S chest. So we're gonna go over to Gal. I'm gonna give him his fifth vehicle. And like I mentioned before, the good thing about the vehicles is that they don't duplicate. All right, they don't duplicate. They don't duplicate. All right. And so we're gonna go right ahead and we're gonna change that. So now we're just one car short of getting both. All right. And once it's complete, Gal is going to go right ahead and leave the wish list. Obviously, that is logical, but that's part of the strategy. So I'm going to go right ahead and try and explain the strategy one more time. Okay. You want to leave this top here for those important master important cards that you actually care about. And you want to leave these ones here, which is the new strategy, for cards that are going to help you out when it comes to point building. All right. I'm going to try and do a bit more visit when I'm talking about trying to defeat, and trying to, stack up as much points against Akuma. But here, Viper has someone I slept on for the longest time. All right. And why does I sleep on Viper? Not literally though, but like, like I kind of like was slow on her. Didn't pull up as much as it should. Where's Viper? Okay, there you are. If you look at this vehicle kit description here, if there is only one enemy when the fighter uses the super combo, the following skills of the skill chain deal 35% increased damage. This is very important, right? This is important. That's why most people will at least get the first three cars here, right? This is very important, all right? And then of course the second one, what that does just kind of like just puts super combo. Um, if you use it, you get the super combo and you get this every 12 seconds, which is also massive because it means you're going to be dishing out more combos as quickly as you can and as much as you can. That's why Viper is very popular in the leaderboards, right? So another person that is also important as well that I just find why I have these new characters in my lineup here. Let's go to the garage, all right? Oh, my bad. I keep clicking on that. Go to workshop. Is Gal, right? Gal is a huge damage dealer. Uh, and because I'm almost done with that, that's why it's on here, okay? Dalsim is the other person I was going to talk about. Dalsim has another important kit in his vehicle. All right, we go over there and go to the garage, all right? And you can see here, while being channeled, Yoga Tower increases 15 flame damage and effect increases by 5% every 5 seconds. If there's an idle status after using a super combo or combo, you also perform the Euro Tower, which will gain penalty stacks, but at least you get this 5% whatever every second, which is very important when you're having the lineup there. Okay, of course, thousand support also helps, but this is why he's the next person I'm sort of building up because it's also close. All right, the next person after this that's going to get important once Gal goes out is going to be Zangief because his passive is really massive, right? And the passive I'm talking about here is with regards to nullifying, or rather, his car is massive because it nullifies people's passives every 8 seconds. You do need the 6 cars to actually get this benefit. So this is going to be another grind that we're going for. But despite this, if you notice, there's something I'm not doing. All right, just to round things up here. Gallon needs 1 car to go. Doesn't need 3 cars to go, and it's going to be complete. A lot of people, because they know that they just only need 3 more to go, will just try and balance it and use up these triple vehicles. Don't do that, guys. These triple vehicles are strictly for the top tier Infernal or Master characters, or even a collab character, whichever one your preference is. Once you have identified the person, you want to use it on them. Now, in my case right now, we have two contenders. We have Oni and we have Goken. All right, I'm going to keep on stacking this up. If I have six, whoever comes out first is going to get it first. All right, but that's the way it's going to be. But don't forget that doesn't mean that the other person is not going to get anything, because we still have them on our wish list. So that means we have a chance while we're trying to compile more of the triple kits to actually get their own kits without any, issue at all. So that's why Akuma already has his. Goken and Oni only recently joined, so that's why they don't have any right now. Okay, but that's pretty much my strategy, guy. That is how I got Ivoryu to Triple S, because I stacked up the kits, and also, even though he wasn't on Triple S yet, I didn't wait for him to be on Triple S before I started to pile up his vehicles. The moment I have him available, the moment he's been announced, I put him at the top, because that's what I put the characters that are not ready for for upgrade yet. Now, there's one more thing I need to actually go and address real quick here. Not really address, but I want to make sure that I'm confirmed that I'm not making a mistake on. That has to do with Rose. Rose is on my list right now on this whatever. All right, on the as the master representing the non-important one. Uh, but if I go to my vehicle warehouse, do I have enough Rose? Let's go to Triple S first of all. I got one, two, three, four. Okay, I got four rows. That's what she's doing. I want to make sure. I don't know why I thought I had six of her. I think I remember from the wish list recently, for some time ago, and then I put her back recently. So that's pretty much it, guys. Not really a hard deal at all. Once again, your triple S kits, save them. All right. Um, and of course, once a character that you care about is announced and they're available for you to add in the vehicle kit, don't wait until you have the character close to triple S or at triple S before you start pulling them up. Put them there as soon as possible, but keep enough space for your current lineup so that way they can also be strengthened as well. Otherwise, it's been a Shin Ryu that's addressing triple S card strategy that I pretty much use. You can use that as well, and it will definitely help you guys build your characters as quickly as possible. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.